it's your girl, DJ Cha-Cha Diva, and I'm here with my beautiful friend, Marquise. Marquise, say what's up to the people, honey.
What's going on, people out there? How are you?
Yeah, so we're feeling extra fine on this episode of The Tea Runneth Over, honey, where we talk about all the tea that just could not make it to the show.
On this week's episode, we get the opportunity to talk about Bobby Lytes.
Bobby Lightskin? Bobby Lightskin, that's what I call him.
Bobby Lightskin, Bobby Body, Bobby Lips, baby, Bobby Everything. The cousin of Trina, you know, the Miami, the lit gay. Baby, I don't know if you've been following, but oh my God, you put 15 gay, virile men in a house with Bobby Lytes and he is to find love? Really? Is it love really that he's looking for or something else? What saith thee, sis?
It's a hot damn mess, but you know what? I love it. Let's talk about the fact that he's brought on one of the two, well, not even one, two of the messiest queens in reality TV to join him on this quest for love. So we've got not only our good Judy, Jason Lee, but also Rolling Ray assisting Bobby Lytes with finding love. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. And okay, so we're 2 episodes in right now. And don't get me wrong, I was very excited to see that, you know, well, here we go again. The gays are getting an opportunity. Thank you, Jesus. And then boom, yeah, I found out that Jason Lee was connected with it. I was like, oh, mess is getting ready to happen. And it did. And Rolling Ray. Oh my God.
He purred that fucking wheelchair right over that man's fucking
that bitch
horns. He rolled somebody over.
Not being funny. If you're going to be that disrespectful, Miss Rolling Ray, then let me be very, very blunt. I'm going to be very candid in this motherfucking show about you two then. So you want to roll me over with your wheelchair, bitch? I will kick you out that motherfucker. How dare you? Miss Thing, that was so disrespectful. Talking about what queen you know can keep their mouth closed. That was your fault for running your mouth. Baby, you got to know what queens to talk to and which ones just to shut the fuck up. So Miss Rolling Ray, you're mad because this queen said something to you. And what's funny to me, the young man in which he had an issue with, you have been on quite a few shows on the network of Zeus. So is it really love that you're looking for? But I will say that, you know, he gets claps in my book because he's the only gentleman that brought Miss Bobby Lytes something. I mean, damn, all of y'all just showed up here with y'all ragged asses and they, as it pertains to the motherfucking gays, we know how to fucking code switch like no other.
Yes, you do.
There, I was just like, Cash. It's very hard to catch their names 2 episodes in because all they doing is fighting. But my brother Cash from right here in Northeast DC, so such a man. And then next thing I know, he was whoa, you just flipped. So I'm just more so like, okay, Bobby, Rolling Ray, you all selected these 15 men. You didn't know truly what Miss Bobby would work. Some of these girls that's up there are nothing more than a good Judy, a girlfriend. This is not going to be love.
That's the thing. You know, Bobby is super feminine. You know, I just don't see the matchup with some of these people. But hold on, before we go any further, I got to read my friend. I got to put my glasses on for this one. Jason Lee, I love you. But you was looking like somebody's whole pop-up at a cookout, honey, in that outfit. I was upset. I said, where is his stylist? Why did he get on the phone? Hello. I have a show. I am the executive producer. I need to look my best. I love you, Jason, but them culottes and that fucking striped shirt, honey, it was not working for me.
Look,
it just
wasn't. I'm a label whore, and I will respect that it was Balenciaga. But beyond that, this big ass looking muumuu that you had on, let alone Miss Jason Lee, what the fuck was that on your head, girl? At least, you know, comb it in. Damn, there was not enough budget for y'all hair and makeup.
I don't know. I think it was plenty of budget. I think that sometimes when people get to a certain caliber in their career and they're making money, you know, people that are around you are not always going to tell you the truth because they're getting paid. But the thing is, bitch, I love you, and you're probably going to get on your show and read me for filth. I don't care. That's how much I care about you. I'm letting you know the look wasn't it. It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give, in my opinion.
A damn mess. No, I'm right there with you. It gave a living fucking mess. And Rolling Ray, put a goddamn shirt on. Look, I understand you're in a wheelchair, so you can't do those sit-ups. Now, quiet as kept, how much truth it is to it. But my friend told me earlier, my producer, of the bottom line with Marquise, told me that Miss Rolling Ray got put in a wheelchair because she took a too big dick.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Girl, that was
permanently disabled from the waist down. I mean, maybe it's possible, but that must have been one hell of a damn dick to do all of that.
Had to be. And then combined with these two queens, you want me to leave 15 men that are set out to be with me around these two queens as well? Ms. Rolling Ray don't know if her relationship is really going to work. And we know Ms. Jason Lee, if anything interests her, she's going to go after it. So this is just a mess waiting to happen, but I can't wait till we get around to this name calling episode, because I don't know if you know the one with all the tattoos on his face and so forth.
Yes. He's a porn star too, right?
He is, and he has openly said on the show he was the first one to do a trans man, trans woman. He'll do anything that has a hole, he can stick it on it. And I don't know if that's really love that you're looking for. Like, sir, during your name
ceremony, whatever they want to call it,
you're gonna be swinging everything in front of motherfucking other gay men. You're gonna expose what's supposed to be for me and my eyes only. Mm-hmm. Please. So I believe that a lot of girls are up here for attention. Don't get me wrong. Claps and kudos to you. But Miss Bobby Lytes, I don't believe out of these 15 men you have any more than a good 3 that you could potentially, follow up on, and that I see next to you. Like, having seen and known Bobby Lytes, I don't see a lot of these girls as a potential suitor, but definitely as a hangout, good Judy, call them up on the phone, chit chat about the gossip and the latest tea. But no, I don't see it for fucking love. Cut it out. But hey,
I'm not seeing any of it, to be honest with you, friend. To me, it all seems like one big giant publicity stunt. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very entertaining, but I don't think Bobby is going to find love in any of these, suitors. They just all seem like they're there for an opportunity, a come up, right?
Yeah, to step further, we can be in this community very free. So my question truly becomes, Bobby, are you really ready to cut your freedom and honestly become a one-on-one?
Nah. Mm-mm.
The jury's out, and right now they're reading, bitch, please stop, cut it out. You're too much of a whore, and it's okay. It's okay. It is all right. Whore it up, baby. But for me, it's a joke thus far. And for production, as it stands as the show, how is it that we're 2 fucking episodes in, and these are not some short episodes either, sis? And damn, I don't even have y'all names. We are fighting, and y'all are not fighting.
Bitch, we haven't even made it into the house good yet. They just got rooms in episode 2. They spent the whole episode 1 in the courtyard scratching each other's eyes out. It was a mess.
A pure mess. Honestly, for me, you fighters, you would have went home that night. Thank you.
So I gotta ask you, friend, that little Greek goddess Dominic that caused all of that chaos in the front yard, shouldn't he have been eliminated right off the top?
Hold up, pause. Did you say Greek god? Okay, let me clarify something. There's no Greek god there. Other than the fact that from New York, I will always hold down my New York people. However, my brother, nothing about you reads Brooklyn. Nothing about you reads that you actually work in the fashion industry as he did.
Yeah, that was a Walmart special he had on with them little khaki shorts and that little non-silk nylon top, honey.
I don't know where it is that you're working, DTLR, Jimmy Jeff, and you're in the fashion industry, but okay. What I will say about Miss Thing, before I even sat there, bitch, and calling her pretty, you ain't no pretty boy either. I hope you hear this. I hope you see it, and we can go toe to toe. You are not a pretty boy. Stop, let it go. But she damn sure messy, because she stepped in being messy, and that is why she got her ass rocked. But baby got some hits in too, so I respect her because she had heart.
Yeah.
She just let them kick her ass. She came back and she clocked them. So no, I wouldn't have necessarily let them go because the reality is we need you for a little bit of that drama. But damn, you done fought somebody in a wheelchair. You done went after,
everybody could get those hands from Dominic. He just beating everybody up. I think he probably gonna try to beat Bobby up.
He was coming for everybody. And, just like Miss Bobby had to tell him a couple of times, shut the fuck up because that bitch can run his mouth.
He's something else.
Even though the hands wasn't as quick as he think, because he just swore he'd beat everybody's ass. Mm-hmm. However, his roommate, Mr. Grady, you have been
the bodyguard.
Yeah, he's a Bobby Lytes. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Grady was fine. And like he said, Bobby is his man. That is one potential that I see for you, Bobby. Even though I wish, his complexion was maybe a little darker against yours. Mm-hmm. But I believe that him and Mr. Dominic, his roommate, got a little closer that night because all of a sudden you want to protect him or you just want to be messy and get caught up in the mess too,
Right.
I don't know what that's about, but okay. There's Mr. Jameson and Mr. Cash.
Cash, yeah.
A little close. You sticking up for how the fuck are y'all bros? Y'all have only known each other a day. What they should have did was broadcasted what the fuck was going on prior to.
Right. Prior to the bus, prior to all of that, we need to see all of that footage so we can get a good idea of who's really there for love and who's really there to be seen.
Exactly. Because according to some of the castmates, a couple of them made some connections when they first met up for drinks and so forth. So what connections did they make? I'm so curious. And I hope the show reveals. And most of these shows, your phone is taken away from you as well. So the fact that you left 15 gays, and I don't know if you know of the app called Jack. It's a dating network for us.
Yeah.
Baby, you actually thought that somebody wasn't going to jump up on there in the city of Miami, and lo and behold, somebody did. Now, what is interesting to me that Rel, you called it out. Rel is another castmate, gentleman. And what was hilarious to me is, how did you find out that this young man was on Jack if you yourself weren't on?
Had to be on to know he was on. Ding, ding, there you go.
Everybody just ganged up on this young man in a matter of, so you can't be here for Bobby, blah, 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 blah. And his defense was he was up there looking for weed. Now, can I be honest about it? Have I jumped on before in previous relationships and I was looking for weed? Yeah, that was my excuse. But in my search, I across some things that I stumbled across and met too. So
right.
I cannot believe that 100% you jumped up there for weed.
So let me get this straight. So he got on Jacked looking for a weed man,
while everybody in this house had weed prior.
The network probably was supplying pounds of weed to keep them happy in this big ass house to make filming better. So yeah, I'm not buying that. That sounds like a whole crock of BS.
I guess it was cute, girl. I hope you found what you're looking for. And I hope that when we present this information, how is it going to look? Somebody's going to fuck home. So I want to know who's home and for what reason, because Miss Bobby thinks that everyone up here, Jason Lee talking about something, they're fighting for your love. Why?
They're fighting for a check, okay? They want to get some kinds of status out of this whole thing. It's all a mockery. I mean, it's very entertaining. I'm not complaining. I love the show Zeus Network, but they're definitely not there for love.
It lets us know that the world definitely accepts mess. They love mess because the Zeus Network exists. So I really hope that if you're trying to look for love, that, you definitely find it. Will you find it in that house? I really don't know. So,
hell no.
Best of luck to you. But I know one goddamn thing, me just speaking honestly, if I was one of them 15 men in that house, some of them prints and some of that ass I saw, trust and believe, Bobby is not the only thing that I'm going to be looking for. And then add insult to injury. You bring me talking about you looking for love, and you bring past love, Andre, the one that was messing with Jeffree Star.
Yeah, so we got to back it up. So Bobby Lytes, who's Trina's cousin, was previously dating Andre, who was an NBA player, right? Was he NBA or was he NFL? You know, I don't do the sports, girl.
Not me as much. All I know is, when it comes to the mess, you were messing with some white child named.
I think it was NBA, but yeah, he was dating that monster, Jeffree Star, that looks like Big Ange on steroids with all the shit going on. Well, anyway, left Bobby Lytes to deal with the thing known as Jeffree Star, and now he comes crawling back on his ashy little knees on the show on Zeus for Bobby, I Love You Per, trying to win Bobby's love back. So this is going to be very interesting. Bobby's playing really coy, like he doesn't want anything to do with him, but I feel like he going to let him slide back up in that bed. I already know what's going to happen.
You didn't do a great job, because I don't understand why you walking around, skiing around. Why is he upstairs? If he's not going to sleep upstairs, if he doesn't have a room and rooms were already assigned,
send him home.
He going to sleep on the couch.
Send him home.
That's where your ass would have went, especially since you publicly embarrassed my ass and left me for that thing over yonder. Oh, and now you back. Now you're going to work the hardest. Yeah, you're going to be in the doghouse, all right. And, the other young man that is there in a wheelchair, he goes in, and I understand where he is coming from. All of them have the option to walk up the steps and sneak into Bobby's room.
Let me ask you this though: when they was in the courtyard, and remember they started saying that it smelled like fish and it was this horrible smell. That was the second time that I heard somebody say something about a smell, because when they were on the bus together, Dominic, the crazy Greek, actually said to the guy in the wheelchair, "That's why you stink." So I'm thinking maybe he has a colostomy bag or something going on. I don't know what that situation is, but even Roland Ray had to roll the fuck off the set because he said the smell was so bad
out there, because she said, "Oh, it's stank," and I'm like, "For the matter," she said, "It smelled like balls and so forth." I'm like, it could have been any of y'all, because not being funny, they weren't the most appealing looking men, and it looked like they had been through the entire day already, and
in the same clothes, the same drawers, the same everything.
One looked all of that presentable. Again, maybe about 3 of them, and overall, good luck, sis. I couldn't do it. Hell, I probably would have walked out the house and be like, "Ooh, this is my selection."
Right.
Or Jason Lee, you can have your picking. I'll keep the home. Thank you. I'll select my own 15. God damn. Miami has way too much to offer for that to have been the men that showed up. It's just my take.
A hot mess. We're going to go ahead and cross Bobby Lytes off this list, honey. We're going to keep y'all posted on the program as we continue to watch throughout the weeks. But speaking of mess, so boxing legend George Foreman is currently in the hot seat, being accused by 2 young ladies of sexual misconduct and rape. One of the young ladies stated that George Foreman was introduced to her by her father, who was a fan of the boxing legend. He began calling her on the phone at the age of 8 years old. Over the years, that progressed into an inappropriate relationship, which led to a rape that she's alleging took place in her teens and happened multiple times. Now, of course, Foreman is denying these allegations, but something really funny happened. I was watching the program. It's a show that comes on Fox Soul. It is Claudia Jordan. It is Funky Dineva, and the guy that was married to Star Jones. Al. Is it Al Reynolds? I don't remember his name. But anyway, he made reference to a scenario that did happen several months ago where Foreman started making like these little statements, almost like he was kind of preparing for some allegations to come out, which leads me to believe that he already knew that this was going to happen. And now here we are. TMZ has allegedly obtained court records that show that there are actually 2 women that are accusing him of having an improper sexual relationship with them when they were minors. And mind you, the time frame that this took place, Foreman would have been in his 30s and the youngest victim would have been 8 years of age. What do you say about this, friend? This is disgusting.
From my research from it, the 73-year-old George Foreman has stated that, they have been trying to extort millions from him within the past 6 months. And these 2 ladies, let me state with this disclaimer, because I don't rape is a very serious allegation, and especially thrown on a black man
Yeah.
in this world. We get already such tension from the world, and to add such allegations to someone who has a wonderful career, has never been in the limelight in this manner. We are attacking our black men, and it's not just black men, but in particular, our black men are being attacked, and immediately everyone is jumping on bandwagon. And I commend anyone who has truly been raped to come forward, but god damn, you ladies are in your 60s at this point. Are y'all serious? When you were 15 and 16, this happened, and you've lived and you've dealt with this. You at this point should have healed and moved forward. So for me, George Foreman,
I'm listening. My battery get ready to die. I got to bend down and plug it in.
I pray it's not true. I don't believe in my heart of hearts that it is true, and he denies the allegations. And right now, I'm going to stand with him because, as far as I'm concerned, until proven guilty, you're innocent in my book. And he, like I said, has a wonderful career. And what is so crazy is they've yet to actually state his name. They use it as the one who beat Joe Frazier.
Right.
So, are you serious? If you're serious, this man did, at this point, call him by name, call him out on what he did. But I just feel like so many people are looking for the opportunity to jump on this. If this be the case, we can go back in my life and there's a few of you that what you did to me. But come on, are we really trying to get that limelight off people, take their hard-earned money? And I understand that motherfucking times are hard, but goddamn, all of these accusations and old accusations, let it the fuck go already. Like, I can't believe, I don't believe that he did it. And, the weeks will reveal. They will let us know what's really what. But, Lord, good luck proving it, because during, it wasn't as open as today. People didn't do as much texting. There wasn't the internet. So let's see if you're going to be able to truly prove this. I really think that he's going to get off. I'm going to go ahead and say that now. I definitely think he's going to get off. And ladies, men, whatever. If someone has truly done something to your ass, speak your truth, and speak it a little earlier than 30 and 40 plus years later.
Yeah, it's a hard thing because, like you said, rape is such a strong word and a strong allegation. But I feel that because it's just a situation, you can't tell who is a sexual predator and who's not. So when people make the allegation, we have to take it seriously. We have to listen. The evidence is what's really going to prove to us whether or not this could possibly be true or not. So it sounds like he's been knocking out more than fat on them Foreman grills. He's been knocking down some walls, bitch. And I guess we're going to find out, what's really happening. But at this point, we really can't judge. I just have to say that it was very hurtful for me to hear the allegation against him. We already have taken a blow with, people like Bill Cosby. R. Kelly was another one, which maybe wasn't so much surprising. They tried to take Michael Jackson down. I don't care what nobody say. I don't believe it, But the fact of the matter is you never really know. So if these young women were assaulted by this man, I hope that justice is served. And if they are making this up and this is just for a come up, I hope that karma comes back to them tenfold and they get everything that they dished out, because to what you mentioned, this guy is a legend with an immaculate track record, right? Publicly, never any scandals. This is crazy. This is some heavy shit.
Definitely crazy. But I'm a damn sure pull out my George Foreman, grill me up some sandwiches, and sit back and see what saith the people, because he is standing his ground. And my brother, continue to stand your ground, because like he said, he takes pride in his career, and he's not going to be intimidated by these baseless threats. So I hope that they remain that baseless threats. George, as for me, I am standing behind you, and you two women, if indeed this has happened to you, I stand with you as well, because I definitely know what you've been through. So it's something that I don't take light, but at the same time, please search your hearts. Find out what the fuck is the real reason for you to come out at this point. And if it's really just money, is money going to suffice for the trauma, the injury, the mental, and the physical abuse that you went through? Really weigh that out, because if you're not healed, in essence, this is just a crock of bullshit.
Yeah, I really, really hope and pray that this is not true. It would just mess up the whole image that I have of Mr. Foreman. And I just don't want that.
Yeah. So
Child.
Moving on.
Speaking of sexual assault, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are also facing allegations from some youth that claim that they were assaulted while attending a comedy camp hosted by Haddish and Spears. Now, this is a very tricky situation. So what they're basically stating is that Tiffany Haddish groomed the alleged victims, right, in preparation to be assaulted. Now, I know you guys all know about that whole thing with Jeffrey Epstein and that woman that he had that was Jesseline, whatever her name was, Gasoline, or whatever her name was, grooming the people and getting them ready, getting the victims ready to be assaulted. Well, they're talking some shit like that about Haddish and Spears. Now, Haddish and Spears are completely, vehemently denying these allegations. And I don't know if I really believe them either. But again, when it comes to matters of sexual assault, you just don't know.
You want to believe that the people in which we follow and we praise, that they're not going through these things. And, you know, through connections, I know Tiffany Haddish and, you know, with my brother and his relationship, my blood brother and his relationship with Aries Spears, I don't necessarily believe that they did this. But it's so easy. It's an easy go-to to target people in that manner. And I really feel that a lot of people are being targeted. And no, it hasn't happened. Again, not beating these claims down. If indeed it is proven, shame on you, Aries Spears. Shame on you, Tiffany Haddish. But hell, Tiffany Haddish ain't barely have time for her relationship. So she got time to sit around and
Maybe that's why she ain't had no time for comment. She was too busy setting up little kids to be raped. But that is alleged.
We're not saying you did that.
Allegedly. We don't know that to be true, but we'll stay tuned. This is very interesting. I am interested to see how this is actually all going to play out. Let's move along to Miss Stacy Dash. So Miss Stacy Dash, she was the poster child of Black beauty in the 90s. Now more known for, hating her race, right? Speaking very openly about the fact that she is a woman of mixed race and doesn't consider herself a Black woman. Also a Trump supporter, and most recently appearing on College Hill alongside Big Frida, where she had a public meltdown of some sort. Some people are saying that it was drug related, but there's no proof of that. But we do know that she has struggled with substance abuse. Well, anyhow, she's made headlines lately because she appeared on a TikTok video in which she begins crying, stating that she didn't know that DMX had been dead for a year now. What do you think about this, friend?
Well, first and foremost, Stacy girl, I loved you. I was rooting for you.
We were all rooting for you, Stacy.
You have since presented yourself as a goddamn fool to me. And yes, I'm one of those people that believe it's the drugs. She had stated it and spent thousands on it. Damn.
Probably millions.
And girl, you didn't know that DMX. You probably didn't, because you're so far attached from the Black culture and the Black movement, because you know you are of mixed races.
Yes. And it's not just about being detached because of her mixed race. Drugs can take you away from some shit. Like, I personally have relationship with people that have a history of addiction, and you can literally lose track of space, time, years, if you're in your addiction long enough. So I will give her that credit. If she was into her addiction like that, maybe she just wasn't present for when all of this went down. But it definitely made national news that DMX was dead. I mean, for God's sake, his funeral was nationally televised, bitch. Like, where were you?
Where were you? And you hit the nail on the head to the T. You know, in later times, we can definitely go over Marquise's story. But, you know, I've had my little bet with drugs myself, you know, be speaking honestly. And yes, you can honestly zone the fuck out, and days have gone by, a month has gone by, and you wake the fuck up and come back to reality, and you thinking it's January, and baby, we're in April. So, right. You know, especially given her addiction in the past that she's now openly speaking about, you know, if sis is not completely healed from it, and most times we're telling you that we're okay, we've healed and we've moved past it, but the reality is we're still battling with it behind the scenes. And for you to have missed something so public, girl, you sure you off them drugs? I say probably not. And what relationship did you really have with DMX? Girl, sit down, have a seat. Like, name me a goddamn DMX song.
Well, in all of her mixed raceness, she probably, you know, really did have a good relationship with DMX. She just seemed really touched in the video and really bothered by the fact that he had passed away. So this is the thing, Stacy. You might be full of shit to a certain degree, but we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt right here, right now, on the Feel Good Friday show. Tea runneth over. We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to keep you lifted in prayer. If it is a situation where your addiction has totally removed space and time from your life to where you did not know that your friend had died, even though it was national news, I won't even say national, international news, I'll give you that. And I pray for your healing, sister. And I pray that you get clean, sister. And I pray that you just get a hold on life, honey. Look, she might look young. Stacy Dash ain't no young woman.
She ain't no pluck chicken, but you know, if you've been clean for 6 years and a month, as you acclaim, I pray that's really the case.
It can't be true. It can't be true. She was just on BET Plus. They had a show called College Hill. It was Stacy Dash, Ray J, Big Frida, Nene Leakes, Cash Doll, Lamar Odom. She got eliminated within the first 2 episodes because she had to be rolled out on a gurney, wrapped in a fucking sheet like a mummy by the ambulance.
Now, I hope you take heed, young lady. He died from a cocaine overdose. Let us not read in the headlines that Stacy Dash is gone too for the same reason, because then I'm going to mock you as well, because it's not something to play with. And if you are truly not healed, if you are still secretly using it, shut the fuck up. But yeah, if you had told me that you were somewhere international and no one just had told you, but you were right here in the States, and when it went across, because he didn't just die. You know, there was a little bit of a battle there. So DMX didn't just die. He was in the hospital and, you know, yes, in a coma. But you heard none of this? Absolutely
This
none.
was a huge deal, friend. He had his funeral at the Barclays Center, for Pete's sake. Stacy, I'm going to need you to get clean and sober, honey. I need you to call Betty Ford. Hello, Betty Ford. Do you have a bed? She needs to be admitted, and I'm not saying it to be mean. There are so many actors and actresses that unfortunately come to a demise because of drug abuse, because of addiction, and I don't want to see Stacy Dash go down in history as one of those people. So this is my plea. If you are a friend of hers, people in Hollywood, you know, if you consider her a friend and you know her, please, please, please reach out to her. Help her. We don't want to lose her like we've lost so many others. Well, this was a lot of tea. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's episode of The Tea Runneth Over. We will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'm DJ Cha Cha Diva. Over and out.